another sneak peek video with some huge balance changes, including big changes to Brawl, to Siege, and to matchmaking for groups. We're also going to go over all the new skins, the new emotes, and everything else. Let's go. Now, the only thing we're not going over today is Amber and the new gadgets. We'll cover that stuff in a separate sneak peek video, so make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss. All right, let's go over all the new skins, their price, their release date, and also, of course, the new pins, all the animations, all that stuff. Starting off with zombibi, and you're actually going to notice a little slight difference in the animation of their eyes. I've been told it is a different face animation. I think that's like the main thing I've noticed here. Maybe the mouth is a little different too. This skin does look pretty sweet though. It is going to be 80 gems, and this skin will release on October 27th. So pretty good value here. We'll go ahead and show you in Training Cave. And of course it has a different bat and a different attack animation here. Looks like the ground is trembling. Ground is shaking here, and the super is different as well. Looks like a skull with kind of like dinosaur with T-Rex arms. Pretty sweet. Now the next skin is Underworld Bow. Look at those animations here. This skin's going to be 150 gems, and it's going to release on October 23rd. Although this date, I believe, is subject to change. It could end up being a little bit different here. But as you can see, unique winning animation. I'll show you the losing animation too, because that one is also unique. I just want to take a look at this animation again here. Dope. Now let's see it in Training Cave. All right, of course, the attack is different. And when it hits, you can see skulls. It's so cool. This skin is actually, I mean, it's an amazing skin. Bo has some really good skins when you think about it. Throw his mines here. Skulls coming out. Wait, really? That doesn't trip it? All right, let's try this again. I'm just going to auto aim here. Okay. All right, I swear this time it's going to work. Boom. Oh, they're like candle skulls. Cool. All right, now here is Underworld Bow's losing animation. He gets so small. I'm not sure if that's on purpose. I don't know. Is it? By the way, if you guys are spending any gems this update, I would heavily appreciate it if you do use code Cory and join the CCCC. It actually does really help support the channel, so thank you so much to anyone who does. All right, now for Rosa and her new animations here, actually pretty solid. All right, now Rosa's losing animation looks like it's pretty much the same. And now for brawloween Rosa here, looks like same animations. This skin is going to be 80 gems though. It's going to release on November 6th. But the Brawloween challenge where you can get the skin for free is going to be before that. I don't know the exact date though. And this is what it looks like here in Training Cave. Throws out like skull-like punches. Definitely pretty solid here. And here's her super. I mean, it's pretty much the same, just with, you know, the skull. Now for Challenger Colt here, this skin can only be bought with cash money, only for $5. You can't buy the skin with gems at all. And I believe this is how they're basically able to put that money towards the prize pool for esports here. It is a pretty cool skin. Here it is in Training Cave here. The bullets are definitely different. They're kind of like discs or like stars, brawl stars, so to speak. And then let's show the super. An even better version. Nice. All right, now here is the losing animation for Challenger Colt. He looks a little upset at his teammates. Not bad. And this skin is a limited time exclusive skin, so after the offers for this skin ends, you won't be able to buy it. And by the way, here's how the pins work, if you didn't notice, and these are all the Brawloween pins for Rosa. This one right here is probably the only like really unique one that's not just sort of like a chromatic pin, except for Brawloween Rosa. You can put whatever three you want in these slots, and then these are the ones that can go for any brawler here. You can set them however you want, upside down, or upside down, thumbs up, thumbs down. And then these are also the challenge or Brawl Stars esports pins that will be available in shop here, and you can put these for any sort of brawler as well. By the way, for the True Silver and True Gold skins, if you buy either of them for Mortis, you actually get two for the price of one, because you get no hat Mortis and you also get hat Mortis for both silver and gold. Not bad. Good choice, Supercell. By the way, there were some other small changes, like for Piper, her face animation is now slightly different, kind of more similar to Jesse's, with the crying and the happy, and also a win. Also, Shark Leon has new attack animations here that actually look pretty dope. Looks like waves are coming out with sharks at the end, and if you hit something, they're biting / attacking. Pretty solid. And then when he supers, bit of a splash. All right, now let's go over all the balance changes, and there are some big ones. You're also going to see a lot of the new maps coming in this next update in a lot of this gameplay. Plus, you'll get to see some teleporter stuff. By the way, here's a quick little tour of the new Poco's environment bandstand here, and one of the new maps as well. I'm just going to go ahead and tour around here. It does, in my opinion, look very nice. A lot of cool different features here. Poco performing on stage. I'll go ahead and try and see what happens when I play as Poco, if it changes at all. Little taco truck in the corner. So it looks like if you play as Poco, basically, Poco's just gone from the stage. Okay. All right, now starting out with a nerf to something that has been overpowered for a good amount of time. We've been asking for a nerf to Trip Wire. Bo's explosive gadget that makes all his mines explode now has a 1.5 second delay on it. Obviously, this is a pretty good balance change. It was crazy overpowered. It's still going to be relatively okay, I think, but I definitely think we're going to see a lot more people start to use his other gadget to charge up supers instead of this. The only other nerf is going to Max. Max's run and gun star powers efficiency is getting reduced by 50%. This is a huge nerf to a brawler that's very strong right now, so it's not that surprising, and it was also a very strong star power, although this is a very big nerf, so we'll see exactly how much this affects Mac. Next up is Gale, who's getting a big buff. His reload speed is getting increased by 14%. In the last balance changes, he got a lot of nerfs, and after that, he didn't feel nearly as good. Honestly, pretty mediocre, maybe below average. Now, he will probably be a very solid brawler. I don't think he's going to dominate the meta, but he will definitely be strong. Another reload speed buff is going to Ems, a relatively small one, only 5%. Ems' reload speed is very slow, though, so this will be a bit noticeable, and she's going to feel pretty good. 8-Bit is getting a solid buff, an 11.6% buff to his health. Now, after his star power, extra life got destroyed and revamped, 8-Bit was definitely pretty mediocre everywhere. He used to be really good in Showdown, and now he's mediocre everywhere. This buff is going to make him very usable in a lot of different places. Another buff is going to Nita, who's getting not only a 12% buff to her attack reload speed, but also Bruce and Bear Paws is getting a buff. The delay is still there. The 1.5 second delay between casting is still going to be there, but now Bruce can keep on moving and attacking when you use his gadget to get the stun. So this is a really big buff for Nita, and honestly, it was needed. It was basically useless after the prior nerf. Now it's definitely going to be solid again. Now the last buff before we get into the changes to the modes is going to Colette, who is also getting a double buff. Colette is getting an 11% buff to her attack reload speed, and on top of that is getting a buff to how much her super charges her next super. In this case, now if you get both hits with her super, it now only takes you 2 hits from her normal attack on top of that to charge her next super, as opposed to what used to be 3 before. So now she's going to charge that super a little bit faster, and she's going to have a faster attack reload speed. She's going to feel pretty good, I think, now. Not probably overpowered, but she's definitely going to be in the meta. Siege is getting a big change. Now the bolt spawns are going to be fixed on every single map, and they will repeat throughout the match. So now there's no more random spawns. You will know where they spawn. You might have to figure them out for each map. They might be slightly different, but it will be a consistent pattern. Let's go. And there's also a huge change to Brawl Ball, something we've been asking for a long time. Own goaling is now disabled. You can no longer own goal whatsoever at all. Now there is an invisible wall. If you try to pass it through your own goal, it will just automatically bounce off. If you're carrying the ball and try to go through it, it will just automatically disconnect from you and stand right in front of the goal. Now, the only way for a goal to be scored on your goal is if an enemy was the last person to touch the ball. Hallelujah. Thank you, Supercell. Also, a change to power play. Now, Showdown, both solo and duo, has been removed from the power play rotation. Also, the power play rotation will have only Brawl Stars Esports World Finals maps as well. Now, there's also an important change coming to matchmaking for people who play in groups of 2 or 3. It used to be before, when you played in a group of 2 or 3, your matchmaking score would be higher. In other words, if you're in a group of 2 or 3, you would get matched with opponents that were a harder amount compared to whatever your trophy high was. Now that extra score is removed, and now you will only find opponents based on the trophies of the highest person in your lobby without that extra bonus. Well, we got more sneak peeks coming soon, so if you don't want to miss them, definitely subscribe, and if you want the notification, hit the bell. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you later. Peace.